2021. A year of digital echoes and biological ghosts. For 51 years, the file on Lula Cora Hood sat in a drawer, gathering the dust of a forgotten era. Then a breakthrough, not from a confession, not from a witness, but from a vial of spit and a digital map of the past. The twist wasn't just finding Lula. The twist was realizing she had been found decades ago, but she was wearing the wrong name. Before she was a case file, Lula was a force. She was a mother of three, a dedicated worker at a local canning factory in Galesburg, Illinois. Lula had a vibrant streak that couldn't be contained. She loved to dance. She loved the rhythm of a room. On a typical day in 1970, her routine was rhythmic too. Work, home, family. But one afternoon, the music stopped. Lula walked out of her home and into a half-century of silence. No packed bags, no goodbye, just an empty chair and a family left wondering if the woman who loved to dance had simply walked off the stage. Jump forward to 1996, 26 years after Lula vanished. A group of workers at a brickyard in Galesburg are moving earth. They expect clay. They find bone. The local detective arrives. He sees the scene through a lens of grim curiosity. He finds three clues. Firstly, a scrap of decayed fabric still clung stubbornly to the remains, a final vestige of the clothes she wore that day. Secondly, a pair of rusted spectacles lay nearby, folded neatly as if waiting for eyes that would never open again. Finally, the shallow position of the remains suggested a hurried, desperate act of concealment. The brickyard was supposed to be a place of construction. Instead, it was a graveyard. The prime suspect immediately became the husband. This is the classic trope, the silent spouse with a hidden temper. For years, the town whispered. The police leaned in. Then there was the drifter theory, a man seen near the brickyard, a shadow in the periphery. However, the DNA told a different story. In the 90s, the technology was a blunt instrument. It suggested the remains belonged to a younger woman, not Lula. The authorities looked at the bones, looked at the files, and shook their heads. "This isn't her," they said. They were wrong. The shift happened in the quiet of a lab. Forensic genealogy. The silent evidence wasn't a weapon. It was a genetic code stored in a cold locker. In 2021, investigators took the unidentified remains from that 1996 discovery and ran them through a consumer database. They weren't looking for a criminal. They were looking for a cousin. The match was a lightning strike. The bones in the brickyard weren't a stranger. They were Lula. The 1996 analysis had been a technical failure. The modern science was a triumph. 50 years later, the ghost finally had her name back. For Lula's daughter, the news was a heavy mercy. A lifetime of where became a singular here. Justice in a case this old is rarely a pair of handcuffs. The suspects are often as dead as the victims. Instead, justice is a headstone. It is the end of the what if. Lula Cora Hood finally stopped dancing in the shadows of the unknown. In the dark noir of the American Midwest, the truth doesn't always bring peace. Sometimes it just brings them home,